Everyone, this is Mukul and welcome to my channel again. So in this video, we're gonna discuss what meetings you need to schedule as a business analyst or solution consultant, what kind of stakeholders you need to include in each of the meetings, and what topic or discussion you need to focus when you meet with different kind of stakeholders. Because when you mix up different stakeholders into one meeting, the conversation sometimes doesn't stay focused. They talk about what they want, why they want, how they want it, and basically the meeting doesn't get very productive. So that's why it's important to schedule a separate meeting with separate stakeholders to focus on separate items. For example, as you know, when you work as a business analyst or business solution consultant, you deal with various different kind of stakeholders. You have the business and product stakeholders, and you have the technology or the development stakeholders. So when you meet with the business and product stakeholders, sometimes they're two different teams, sometimes they're the same team. But mainly they focus on what they want, why they want from the product or the functionality perspective. Because they're going to first tell you what they want. For example, they might tell you, I want to improve my current website. So that's what they want. I want to improve the product page of the website so that people can come and click on the product and go to the cart and finish the payment process. This means what they want. Now, you also need to understand why they want it, because what value is going to add. So you got to understand by asking them the right question. Please keep in mind that you're going to get the right answer if you ask the right questions. It's their job to tell you what they want, why they want, but also you need to ask the right question. So if you ask them, okay, so for example, you want a specific website that is improved, that is very user-friendly, nice product page, nice payment page, but why do you want it? What's the value? When you ask them why, that means you're trying to ask what value is going to add after it's being delivered by the development team. So then they're going to tell you, well, if my website looks good, my product page looks good, then I'll have more customers visiting my website. They will buy more product, and in return, it will increase the revenue of my company. So that means why, what value is going to, why? Because this is the value is going to be added after it's been delivered. So that's why you get a specific meeting with this kind of stakeholders to understand the specific things, what and why. Now, if you include in this meeting the development team, they're going to come up and discuss, oh, we're going to deliver, this is how we're going to deliver. Don't let them focus on how, because once they come and start discussing how, the business or product team is going to get derailed. They're going to lose the focus. So that's why a separate meeting with the business and product team to understand what and why. Once you have that clearly documented, then you're going to meet with the product, the development team or the technology team, and explain them what the business or product team want, why they want it, and they might ask you some bunch of questions. Oh, okay, we're going to use this tool, that tool, so and we need this kind of data. Can you provide me those data? How are the file format look like? Is it a file format? Is it coming via API or real time, or is going to come via file transfer? All sorts of things. What does the data look like? Can you give me the sample data? Those kind of things, because they're trying to think how they're going to deliver it, and in order for them to deliver the craft, the how, which is the solution architecture, we call it, they need to understand different set of data. They need to understand different tools or applications that they're going to use, because now it's not enough for them to understand what and why. Also, what kind of data we're talking about, what kind of application or system they need to use to deliver those business capability. So that's why they're going to ask you those kind of questions in terms of the data, the formatting, different tools that are in use right now or will be used in future. They're going to come up with that, and then they're going to take some time. They're going to come up with the solution architecture. You're going to review them again, so that when you review them, basically they're going to craft the solution architecture to explain you how they're going to do it. Then you're going to make sure that how solution architecture addresses all the what that the business want. So that's why it's important that this call will be focused with the technology or development team to understand how and to clarify their questions, because in order to come with how, they're going to ask you a bunch of questions. So that's why it's important that you have a separate meeting with the product and business team, and you have another meeting with technology and or development team. And sometimes, depending on the scenarios, depending on the questions clarification that they need, sometimes you need to get all these two teams together into one meeting and work in as a middleman or broker the conversation, facilitate the conversation, so that what questions they're asking to business, make sure that business is able to answer them clearly, and also what the technology is explaining to business, make sure that you kind of translate in a business language so the business understand how they're going to do it. So that's why it's important first to start with the separate meetings with the separate stakeholders to focus on what and why, and then with technology or developing how, and then if needed, then you're going to get them together into one meeting, or it could be multiple meetings depending, but first you start with the separate meetings, then you get them together so that you work as a facilitator to facilitate the conversations and document all the business need. So that's why it's important to have a separate meetings and not to get them together all the time. That way you can focus on what you need, and other team can focus on their core expertise. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.